The title of our story today is My Five Senses. This book was written by a man named Aliki. He's the author. The author's job is to write the words. The illustrator's job is to draw and paint the pictures. So the author and the illustrator of this story are both the same person, Aliki. This is called the front cover of the book. This is called the back cover of the book. Here's the title of the story, My Five Senses. That tells us the name of the story. If I open the book up, I can find right here, this very first page is what they call the title page. This also tells you the title of the story, My Five Senses, and has a picture. Okay, I'm going to read this story to you, and then we're going to talk a little bit about your activity that you have for today at your house. We're going to learn what our five senses are in this story. I can see. I see with my eyes. I can hear. I hear with my ears. I can smell. I smell with my nose. I can taste. I taste with my tongue. I can touch. I touch with my fingers. I do all this with my senses. I have five senses. When I see the sun, or a frog, or my baby sister, I use my sense of sight. I am seeing. When I hear a drum, or a fire engine, or a bird, I use my sense of hearing. When I smell soap, or a pine tree, or cookies just out of the oven, I use my sense of smelling. When I drink my milk and eat my food, I use my sense of taste. I am tasting. When I touch a kitten, or a balloon, or water, I use my sense of touch. I am touching. Sometimes I use all my senses at once. Sometimes I use only one. I often play a game with myself. I guess how many senses I am using at that time. When I look at the moon and the stars, I use one sense. I am seeing with my eyes. When I laugh and play with a puppy, I use four senses, four different senses. I see, I hear, I smell, and I touch. When I bounce a ball, I use 3 senses. I see, I hear, and I touch. He can see the ball. He can hear it with his ears when it bounces on the ground. He can touch the ball to bounce it. Sometimes I use more of one sense and less of another, but each sense is very important to me because it makes me aware of what's going on around me. To be aware is to see all there is to see. To be aware is to hear all there is to hear. To be aware is to smell all there is to smell. To be aware is to taste all there is to taste. And last but not least, to be aware is to touch all there is to touch. Wherever I go and whatever I do, every minute of the day, my senses are working. They make me aware. Okay, so we're going to talk about this book for just a minute and your 5 senses. So you have 5 of them. You use your eyes to see things around you. You use your nose to smell smells around you. You use your mouth, your tongue, and your teeth to taste things in your world around you. You use your ears to hear sounds all around you. And last but not least is our sense of touch. We use our fingers and our hands to touch things and see how things feel. So those are our 5 senses. Sight, hearing, sight is 1, hearing, sense of smell, that's 3, sense of taste, that's 4, and sense of touch, that's 5. You have 5 of them. Today is Thursday. So on your assignment sheet, you have something that tells you that you're going to do this page after you listen to the story. So Mrs. Gideon just read you the story. You have a yellow sheet of paper on the back that you can take apart because you're going to need both of these, okay? You're going to be cutting the boxes on this page. You're going to cut out this box right here that says My 5 Senses and has a picture of the book. You're going to cut out this box right here that says The Boy. He was the character in the story. You're going to cut this out and follow the black lines. You're going to cut these 5 boxes out at the top of the page. These are your 5 senses. Sense of smell, sense of taste, sense of sight, sense of hearing, and sense of touch. So here's what you're going to do for me. On this page it says, in the book, and then there's a box, a blank. So in the book, you're going to cut out this box right here that says My 5 Senses. So you'll glue this right here where it says in the book. In the book, My Five Senses, the character, and we know that the character's name was the boy. They didn't tell us his name, his real name, but we know it was a boy. So you'll cut this box out and glue it here. Now, this great big square box at the bottom says learns about. So in the book, My Five Senses, the character, the boy, learns about. You're going to cut out all 5 of these because he learned about all 5 of these senses in the story today. Okay? And you're going to glue all 5 of these in the box right here at the bottom of the page. Okay? I'm going to stop the video and pause the video so that I can cut mine out and glue them on and show you what it's going to look like. Okay? So I'm going to pause my video. Okay, so I'm finished now with my work. And this is what yours will look like when you're finished. I cut out my boxes and glued on. So now it says, in the book, My Five Senses, the character, the boy, learns about sense of touch, sense of smell, his sense of taste, his sense of sight, and his sense of hearing. Those are your 5 senses. So this is what yours will look like when you get through cutting out and gluing. Okay? On Friday at our Google Meet, we're going to talk a little bit more about our sense of taste. And you will actually be getting to taste something. I sent home 2 suckers, 2 mystery flavor suckers. And one of them, I said you could go ahead and eat. The second one, we're saving until our Google Meet so we can all have a mystery sucker to try at the same time and work on our sense of taste. Okay? All right, so you get your work done, and I will see you on Friday.